Let's get to it.
Okay, YouTube, what's going on? It's Mesa back at it with The Division. So, I want to give you my full review up to this point, okay? And listen to this, guys. What's that? That's a piece of paper. No, that's not a script. I still haven't learned how to script a video yet, but I do have a lot of points to go through in this video, so kindly stay till the end, okay? I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm going to throw up on screen how many hours I've got played and where I'm at in terms of leveling. And for me, slow wins the race, okay? I am not trying to speed through this game, and it's kind of hard to speed through it. Well, I'm playing alone, okay? I played a little bit with K-Dub from Guardian Radio, some of the other guys, but for the most part, I am just going through soloing everything and using the matchmaking system, which we'll talk about, and just enjoying it, exploring it. So I want this game to last, okay? I'm not trying to do what people mostly do with Destiny or other campaign type things where they blow through the whole thing, they hit level 30 in the first 2 days, and then what do you do from there? No. I'm taking my time, and I am enjoying it. So, in terms of a rating, if I'm going to rate, let's say I'm going to compare it to Destiny, because obviously I am a Destiny channel. If I give Destiny a 10, which I do, I am a fanboy, I'm going to give this game a solid 7.5, maybe even 8, guys. I'm pretty much sucked into it. You know, prior to Destiny, if you know me, I never really got into any type of PvE. I've never played an MMO, never played an RPG game. I was your typical multiplayer Call of Duty shithead for many years, and Destiny definitely turned the worm for me. So just take that into consideration. This is my opinion, this is my review based on my experiences, not anyone else that's had a lot of MMO RPG experience. But for me, it's been really immersive. I can't put it down. I streamed a bunch of it, but I enjoy it more not on stream, when I just shut the lights off, playing on my 55-inch, and I'm exploring New York. And it was a little weird, you know, seeing New York. I lived in Manhattan for a number of years. I was living in the city when 9/11 happened. I was like about 20, 30 blocks away from it. And it did bring back some weird memories. You know, you see a lot of scenes where you see coffins all over the place. And frankly, not to get weird, but it reminded me of 9/11. You know, right after 9/11, I saw a zillion. I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, and my territory was Queens, New York. And that's where a lot of the firefighters live. So literally every week for about 9 months, there was funerals nonstop. So I've seen those coffins with the flags on top carried a lot. And it was definitely a little emotional at times, seeing all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's immersive. You know, the game ropes you in with the loot. Okay, it's definitely a looter shooter. The more you play it, the more loot you get, the more gear you have, and the more things you want to go grind for. Now, one of the cool things in terms of it being an open world is as you make your way across to different unexplored areas, they're kind of judging you off your level, okay? So there's areas where enemies or encounters and side missions are all like, let's say, start at level 14 to 16 or 14 to 15 or something like that. You don't want to go in there when you're like 11 or 12 because you're going to get your ass kicked, okay? And then you make your way to these safe houses, and when you go into the safe house, you can buy some stuff, you can buy some gear, but you could also, you open up a map, okay? And you speak to a director, I think. And then that person's going to open up a whole bunch of new encounters and side missions within that whole area of New York City. So not only are you doing the story, but you're also doing all these side missions, and you're also just exploring, picking up all these things that give you XP to help you level up. Whether it's these voice recordings or some of these echoes, or just if you see a person on the street that you start scanning, you give them a bottle of water and you get some XP from them. Now, I'm really digging the customization within the game. You know, there's so many different types of weapons. There's machine guns, there's light machine guns, there's scout rifles. I don't think I've gotten a sniper rifle yet. I have a fast-firing scout rifle. Submachine guns. It's kind of like Destiny, where you have green, blue, purple, and then... well, it's not exotic. I forgot the name of it, but it goes yellow, basically. I haven't got any of those. I haven't got one purple yet. I just started venturing into the Dark Zone. I'll talk a little bit about the Dark Zone. That seems a little bit changed and actually improved and harder than it was in the closed and open beta. Then you also have a ton of like perks, talents, and abilities, and those abilities come in handy when you're doing the story and when you're part of a team. You know, I was doing this one, I was at a level 14 story. I did it on normal. You could choose whether you want to, okay, so you go to a story, you could choose a normal or hard, okay, and then also you could choose matchmaking, okay. Early on, I had a bad experience where I was trying to do it on hard. I was a little underleveled, and I match made, and then people started leaving right when we got to the end. But for the most part, just for that one time, the rest of the stories, when I match made on hard mode or normal mode, it threw me in with people basically at the same level. Maybe actually, there was 1 or 2 people that were higher level than me, which was great. It helped out a lot. And then you start playing tactically. It's a tactical shooter. You know, you have so many different abilities. You know, a lot of people use the ground turret, which I use a lot too, but it really doesn't do much damage. It's more of a distraction. You throw it down, it starts shooting at them. They all get flustered, the enemies that is, and they try to take it down. And then you have some scanning abilities, you have healing abilities. There's this one ability that someone kept throwing down, which kind of puts like an area of effect healing where you can all run into if you're taking damage and get healed really quickly. And you also can change those on the fly when you're actually in the middle of a story. Because, okay, give an example. There was one mission where I was using my ground turret and my healing ability to heal people around me and myself, right? And we got to this one point near the end where we couldn't see where the heck the bad guys were. They were all buried, dug in like an Alabama tick, so to speak. What movie? And we couldn't really see them. So one of the teammates, I didn't have my mic on. I should have, but he was like, does anyone have a ping? So I just switched over from my turret to my ping. I was able to ping, and then we were able to highlight where the enemies were and then kind of flank them and take them out. So it's a lot of fun and definitely a tactical shooter. Now, the actual gunfights during these story missions and the boss battles and everything, they're pretty repetitive. I know people complain Destiny's repetitive, but the actual boss fights and story fights, they definitely feel repetitive in this game. It's just one big guy with a lot of health, and you take his shield down, and you take his health down, and they're basically all bullet sponges. And they seem to love flamethrowers in this game. You're constantly getting set on fire, or at least I'm running away from getting set on fire. And if you're under-leveled, you will burn up really, really fast. But I would say for the most part, the fights are fun, but they do feel a bit repetitive, or at least with the stage I'm at with killing bosses, okay? Again, I'm not level 20s or 30s or anything just yet, but you also have these guys that come running around and flank you out of nowhere with hatchets and the little riot shields. You could take out those riot shields by just shooting into them with like a submachine gun, but they will, depending on your level, either they could just one-hack you and you're dead, or they'll take down an enormous amount of your health. Now, one of the issues I find with the game, and Say No to Rage nailed it on the head with his review in this game, is the difference in leveling between you and your friends is going to prevent you from doing things with them, okay? Because let's say I'm level 14 right now, right? If I have friends join me that are level 10, it's hard for them to do any activities that I want to do, unless I want to go help them grind through to get up to 14, but that from 10 to 14 will take a lot of time. And at the same token, if people are higher level than me, they're in their 20s and 30s, they want to do 20 and level 20 and 30 activities, I can't do it with them. That creates a rift between you and your friends. So either you jump in with your friends and you all level up at the same time, or you just got to grind on your own and try to get up to the level they're at, but at the same time they're grinding themselves and will get even to a higher level. So I really don't know a solution to that, but thank God they have matchmaking, okay? If they didn't have matchmaking, I think it would be a really, really bad situation. But because they have matchmaking, you can do a story, or you can do free roam too, and get matched up with people that are basically the same level. Now, with buying gear from vendors, I've actually been doing that. You know, I watch Sir Wallen, and I also watch Arix Gaming. I know Sir Wallen said don't buy anything, just get it all from drops. But then again, he plays with a full party or with people all the time. I've been actually relying on buying some stuff, and it's kind of a fine line you have when you get gear that you don't need is A, do you sell it back, or do you break them down for material fabrics? You get fabrics from gear, and you get weapon parts. So you use those weapon parts and the fabrics to then craft your own things from blueprints that you find. There's a crafting shop that's within the home base, and you can craft stuff, and it's kind of like a RNG type, reforging type thing. Well, not really reforging, but basically, if you're gonna, let's say, get a set of gloves, okay, you've got the blueprint for it, okay, it's a blue quality type of glove, okay. It'll give you kind of a ballpark of what the values would be on it and perks and everything, and then you use your fabric and you roll it and see if you get what you want, okay? Or some of the vendors, they rotate their stock and you could just buy it from them. Okay, so just gonna touch on a Dark Zone just for a little bit. I didn't spend too much time in it, just a little bit, and it definitely seemed more fun than it was in the open beta and even closed beta for that matter. Darkness Zone, if you don't know, it's kind of the PvP-ish type, okay? You go in there and you fight AI, you loot, there's better gear in the Dark Zone typically than what's out there in the wild in the PvE only areas. And if you're a agent and you encounter another agent, you two can help or you and other agents can help each other fight AI. But if you shoot another agent, you become rogue, and then everybody wants to kill you. At the same time, you're looking for rogue agents out there, because when you kill them, you get higher dark zone leveling. See, the regular story has its own leveling, and the dark zone has its own leveling. Okay, so you could be, I'm level like 14 or 15, and then you could be dark zone. I think I'm dark zone level 4 or 5 or something like that. And then once you extract or find loot in the dark zone, you got to call in a helicopter and then wait for it to come. It takes about a minute and a half, and then extract it, and then it goes back to your home base where you go pick it up because it's all contaminated. I had a whole bunch of stuff on me, and then I called in my chopper, and then out of nowhere, a whole bunch of AI snuck up on me and ganked me, took all my stuff, okay? Normally, it's people trying to do that to you, but I found in the open beta, people were a little bit more reserved and not going rogue. People just want to get gear, so they were kind of helping each other out. But you will run into a bunch of people who just want to have fun and go rogue and just go killing everybody and then go hide in some sort of building and let everybody come to them while they're waiting for their rogue timers to go down. Because once you go rogue, you have a timer put on you, okay? And then once it runs out, then you're back to being normal. You won't be spotted on the map. But once you go rogue, that means you killed another agent and you either took their stuff or you just killed another agent. You show up on the map for everyone, and they're all going to try to come after you. So let's just wrap up the review because I babbled through this thing enough. I love it, guys. Absolutely love it. I'm so addicted to it. I can't put it down. Will I actually cover it on this channel? I really don't see it, guys. But again, let me know in the comment section what you'd want to see. I don't know, guys. You know, I don't really see me doing videos on this. You know, go check out Eric's Gaming. He's like the guru when it comes to the Division. He's going to have all your guides and tips and tricks on how to do things. I just don't see me having the time to with Destiny. But where this game comes in handy, kind of like Star Wars Battlefront, and even though I get a lot of shit for actually enjoying Star Wars Battlefront, it makes up for the lack of PvE stuff to do right now within Destiny. You know, right now there's really not much to do except for run the challenge modes, for me, well, I'm speaking for me, run the challenge modes in the raids, and also farm the daughters to try to get a class item to make me 320. I have one 320 Warlock, the rest are all 319. So this really fills in the gap, and I think that's another reason why I don't get burnt out on Destiny. A lot of people do is because they only play Destiny. Play other games, guys. I play Star Wars Battlefront. I get bored with that after about an hour, but it breaks up the monotony, okay? When I log into Star Wars Battlefront, I play a bunch of droid runs, some cargo, a little bit of fighter squadron, and then I tap out because that gets exhausting. Then I come back to Destiny. Basically, these types of games make me appreciate Destiny a little more. And I know that sounds corny, but I'm just being frank, just being honest. Actually, I hate it when people say, I'm just trying to be honest with you. Just being frank with you guys, that it feels more at home with Destiny. I log in, when I hear that music, I always say music makes a world of difference in games, and like I just feel like, I always say this on Guardian Radio too, each planet, Venus, Mars, Moon, well, Moon's not a planet, has its own vibe, and the music just makes you, it just gives you a vibe, and for me, vibe is everything when it comes to games, and making me want to play it more and more. So that's it, guys. I babbled through this enough, so let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and if you'd want me to even cover any of this, I'd be more than willing to, just not sure how much I would, or go in depth. I might just stream it here and there, and just stream it to Twitch or something like that, so you don't get spammed in your sub box like I did on day 1 with the Division. So that's it, guys. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa. Check out my stream, which is on Twitch or YouTube sometimes, but that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.